So this episode, compared to other episodes this season, was tame, to say the least. Wasn't exciting as the others, but that's okay. We're going to get right into it. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here or you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button right below this video. Also, like this video because it will share the video throughout the YouTube community. And comment to join the conversation because I love to hear you guys' opinions, thoughts, reviews about the episode, as well as my commentary on the episode. Now, this is the Bobby I Love You Purrr Season 1, Episode 8 review on the Zeus Network. So I'm glad to have you here. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the episode, okay? So, the show opens with four of the guys out on the dock, on the water. They're wondering what the final challenge will be. You know, there's 6 guys left. We're getting down to the wire. You got Crouton out there on the dock. Hercules is out there. Dingling's out there. And Go Hard is out there. And Crouton and Dingling start questioning Hercules on his girlfriend, because we know that Hercules admitted in previous episodes that he does indeed have a girlfriend back home in Las Vegas. Bobby actually FaceTimed the girlfriend, who in fact did say, yes, I'm in a relationship with this man. I know where he's at. I know what he's doing out there in Miami on this dating show. Hercules admits to the boys that he is still in love with his ex. Why he admitted that to the guys, I don't know. Like, if you want to be honest and admit it to Bobby, that's a whole other situation. But telling these guys that is not going to work out in your favor, Hercules. This is a game y'all are playing. So these guys are only going to use that to stab you in the back. They ask him if he's still in love. We talked about that. Hold on, you all. Let me edit this. Edit. Okay. So Hercules says he's still in love with his ex, but he says Bobby hasn't chosen him yet, so he can't commit to Bobby until he's chosen. Okay? Thought that was interesting. Crouton says he doesn't think it's right to be pursuing someone when you're still in love with somebody else. But this is the way I'm looking at it. You know, the girl knows that he's there. So is this an opportunistic thing for Hercules? Because if the girl knows that you're there and you're in love with the girl, is it an open relationship type thing? Or do you just want to be on TV and she knows that you're going out here to pursue your dream? Or what is it? Like, I'm trying to dissect this and see what's really going on with Hercules and this girl that he's into. And we'll get more into that as the review goes on. Bobby gives Ray a rundown in the next scene on who went home, you know, how the challenges went, because we remember last week's episode, Ray was not there. He had to get a new wheelchair, so he did not attend any of the episode. And you know what? When Ray's not spitting on people and he's not up to his foolishness, he's fucking hilarious to me. And he's not trying to be hilarious. This is what makes a good reality TV star, is when you just be your authentic, genuine self, which is what Ray does. And he's just funny to me. His mannerisms, the way he moves his mouth with his lip, the way he moves his mouth, the things he says. He's just a fucking funny person to me. Bobby tells Ray that the challenge is going to be a dinner with him, which I was thinking, oh, this is going to be a pretty good challenge. But he says that instead of Bobby going to the dinner, he's going to send Ray to the dinner instead. Let me move this down a little bit. So the guys are going to think that they're going to dinner with Bobby, but when they get there, Ray is going to be there while Bobby sits in the back and watches everything from a monitor. And Ray is going to have an earpiece in, and Bobby's going to tell Ray what to say during these dates, which I thought was a good idea, was going to make good TV, but I really wish Bobby would have went on a date with the guys himself so we can see their chemistry together. What is the chemistry like with you and Crouton when you go down in a sit-down dinner? What is the chemistry like with you and Go Hard if y'all actually sit down in a dinner? You and Dingling, because we know there's chemistry there with him and Hercules. We know there's chemistry there with him and ReRun and him and Island Boy. But the other three, not so much. But we do see in upcoming episode previews that they are going to have some sit-down one-on-one dates to see where that chemistry, see if there's any chemistry there, right? Bobby gets all the boys together. He tells them about the first challenge. Was anybody else laughing at Ray when he was talking about how he was getting his hair done? And it was giving very much Aaliyah, rock the boat, change positions. That was a funny part. So Go Hard is the first one that's going to be participating in the challenge. He goes first. And he's talking to Ray, and Ray asks him about him having children. I didn't know Gohard had children, but apparently he has one biological son, and he has is it a son? I think so. One biological child, but he helps take care of four others that are his brothers and sisters, which Bobby didn't really seem like he was too thrilled about that. He was like, that's a lot of responsibility. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do all that, but Go Hard insists that Bobby wouldn't have to worry about any of his children because he would take care of them. So, you know, um, I don't think Bobby's gonna choose Go Hard. Let's just be real. Between me and y'all at home watching this, the final two, the final two of this show is going to be Island Boy and ReRun. I think Bobby is very attracted to Island Boy, and I think he still has a little thing for ReRun. That's going to be his final two, and he's going to choose from there. Mark my words, okay? We're going to come back to this video when we do the finale review. Okay. Crouton is next, and I've been hard on Crouton, but then, like, it's kind of like with the other Zeus shows that I watch. I be hard on some of these people, but then I grow to love them, and then they do something stupid that pisses me off. But like I've been hard on Crouton, but I really enjoy him. At least he's authentic to himself, and he is him, and he hasn't tried to change. I think he means well for the most part, but it's his turn to do the date with Ray, and he chooses to be a little bit messy, and he tells Ray about Hercules still having feelings and still being in love with his girlfriend. So Crouton uses this as an opportunity to throw Hercules under the bus in hopes to advance himself in the competition. But I don't think this is going to hurt Hercules. I don't think it, because Bobby has a pattern. We know what Bobby likes. He likes a man who is toxic, who has a girlfriend or who has another boyfriend, a guy who's going to treat you like shit, who's going to fucking suck on everybody but you. Bobby likes them type of men. I mean, it just shows. Every guy who does something in the house, whether they're texting other people, whether they're fucking on Davion, the handler, whatever they're doing, Bobby always gives them a second chance, but he'll send you home in a heartbeat if you're boring or if you're not masculine enough. But he loves a dog. That's just my observation of it. Island Boy is next, and Bobby has Ray ask Island Boy, I heard you are from a prestigious family. What would your family think of me? And that made me curious, because I wonder what like is Island Boy, is he from royalty? Like, what? We know he's from the Bahamas, so I would just love to know his history and where he comes from, as far as his family and who they are, what kind of royalty they are. I also think that's attractive to Bobby. He would love to say that he's dating. I mean, who would not love to say they were dating somebody that was prestigious and part of a royal family or some shit? I don't know what Island Boy's get up is or what he's from, but him and Bobby would be cute together. I mean, Island Boy is attractive as fuck. He is beautiful, and I don't blame Bobby for choosing him, if he does choose him. Let's just hope that Island Boy don't sneak and geek behind Bobby's back if they do end up together. Which Island Boy does end up telling Bobby that my family would like you, they'd be proud of me just for living in my truth. So that's refreshing to hear, because people typically from the islands, from the island culture, Jamaica, Barbados, Bahamas, those kind of places, they are not typically fond of gay people and gay relationships. So the fact that Island Boy's family is supportive of him and is supportive of whatever man he brings home, it's refreshing to hear. So Bobby says that Island Boy has been the best date so far. What am I telling y'all? I guarantee he's gonna win. He's gonna win this. Like every episode, I just see more little things that Bobby likes and says about Island Boy. That's an inclination for me that he's gonna win. Gonna win this one. Dingaling is next. He comes in. Bobby says that he doesn't feel like there is a connection between he and Dingaling, and I agree. I really like Dingaling a lot. He's been one of my favorites. Excuse me. I like his personality. I think he's cute, but I haven't really seen the connection there with he and Bobby. I haven't seen them be intimate. I haven't seen him really do anything that's just, like I'm here for Bobby Lights, as they say. Um, Ray brings up an old video. He says, "We saw a video of you on Twitter getting fucked in the asshole raw." I was like, oh shit. And I know what video he's talking about because I saw the video too one day when I was scrolling. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't just scrolling. I searched because I heard about it. And I was like, oh, I want to see this because Dingaling's cute. So I looked it up, and lo and behold, there he was, busting it wide open. And what did Bobby say? Ray asked him why he's busting that thug passion pussy open. Oh, that was the comment that got me. Why was you busting that thug passion pussy open on Twitter for everybody to see? But I gotta give it to Dingaling. He's confident in what he does. He don't try to be no down low trade. Like, he owned it. I'm a content creator. I'm a porn star. My fans love it. And I did it. So that was nice to see. Bobby thinks it's a lot for Dingaling to be getting plowed all over Twitter. But I'm like, wait, who are you to be judging Dingaling for busting it wild over Twitter, but you busting it wild all over OnlyFans? The only difference is y'all's on two different platforms. One platform you got to pay a monthly subscription fee to, the other one you don't. But what Dingaling is doing, he's teasing his fans to click the link, which takes the fans to OnlyFans to where they can pay. So he's doing it smart, in my opinion, because I didn't understand why Bobby had said, I feel some type of way about him doing that on Twitter. Like, you're a sex worker too. And it's not shade. It's no shame. Get it how you can. If I knew I was going to get paid tons of money to slang dick and ass on OnlyFans, I would do it too. Dingaling says he's misunderstood and he just needs a chance to prove himself to Bobby. I believe it. I think he's misunderstood too. Give him a shot. He's cute. I do also think he's there for opportunity, though. He tried out for Bad Boys Houston. Come on now. They got Dingaling because he applied for Bad Boys Houston. They didn't choose him for that. They thought he'd be a good fit for Bobby's show, so they chose him for Bobby's show. Let's not pretend Dingaling was at home just dreaming about being with Bobby Lights. This was an opportunity for more than half of these boys on the show. ReRun is next, and he says that Bobby doesn't want a nice boy. Bobby wants someone who has some toxic in them. Have I not been saying that? Have I not been saying that? ReRun finally said it. He's admitting, ReRun also admits himself to being toxic. He says he's toxic. Let's just be real. Island Boy and ReRun are probably the two most toxic boys that are left. They're going to be in the final two. Bobby doesn't like a boring guy. So if you don't cheat, if you don't dog guys out, if you don't suck and fuck on anybody that you can, if you don't have feelings for your ex, you're boring. I'm a boring ass bitch then, I guess. When ReRun gets ready to walk away from his date with Ray, Ray tells him, have a strawberry. Eat a strawberry. Or no, he says, feed me a strawberry. So ReRun feeds him a strawberry, and ReRun gets strawberry all down his fingers, and he tells Ray, lick it off my fingers. And I was like, oh shit, he's really doing. Ray was licking them fingers, and ReRun was enjoying. ReRun's a freak. I bet he be getting head off the side of the wheelchair late at night in the pool house when the cameras ain't rolling. Ray be like, yes. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. Ooh. The way he was licking them fingers. I'm like, ooh. And y'all know I be hearing Ray talk, and you can hear the snot in his throat gurgling. Like, he'll say little stuff, and you know how it sound like you could hear it. And you got him sucking on your fingers. And woo, cha. Not once, not twice, but tries to get him to lick on it 3 times. He licks on 2 of the fingers, but ReRun wants 3. I think he does lick all 3 fingers. I think he does lick all 3 fingers. I could have lived without that. I could have lived without it because it's burned in my brain. Thank you, Zeus. Bobby tells Ray that his boyfriend is gonna be so mad, and Ray's like, "Oh my God, he's gonna go off." I didn't know Ray had a man. Okay, Ray. Did y'all know Rolling Ray had a boyfriend? I want to see what he looks like. I want to see what Rolling Ray's man looks like. Okay, Ray. Ray got a man. He's working. He's on TV. Things are going good for Rolling Ray. Good for him. Hercules is next, and he looks nervous. Ray asks him why he's nervous. He denies being nervous, but it's obvious he is. I mean, you could tell, like, his face looks red. He kind of struggles to get into the chair. I think he was caught off guard when he went out there for the date and Bobby wasn't there and Ray was sitting there. I don't know what was going on with Hercules at that moment. Ray questions him on the girlfriend, and Hercules says that he and the girlfriend have been broken up for about 4 months. But Ray or Bobby back in the back tells Ray through the earpiece, he told me 2 months. So Ray busts him on that and he says 4 months, but you told Bobby 2 months. And then, of course, Hercules tries to backpedal on that, and he's like, oh, whatever excuse that he gave. I think, though, ultimately, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier when I was trying to figure out what it is that Hercules is doing. If he's got a girlfriend who knows about him being here in Miami doing this dating show to find love with a man. And I was like, earlier in the video, I told y'all, is it an opportunistic thing? Are they in an open relationship? But the more I think about it, and I may have said this in a previous video, I really feel like Hercules was probably with this woman when he was battling his sexuality. And he has an emotional connection to this woman, but he probably is more sexually attracted to men. And I think even though him and the girl are broken up, even though he's going out and exploring his sexuality with men, I think he still has that connection with this woman that he was with for so long, and maybe that's where those feelings are coming from. That's kind of where I get out of it. I don't know. Y'all at home, comment below and let me know what you feel about it, because sometimes y'all give me better insight and better opinions on things, and it makes me think differently about situations. So how do y'all feel about Hercules having a girlfriend at home? Do you feel like there's an agenda there? Is he on the show for an opportunity, or do you think he just has an emotional attachment to this girl, but he really has a thing for men more than women, and he's just trying to become his full self while doing this show? Hercules tells them, he's trying to move on from this situation, give him a chance to prove himself, yada, yada, yada. And then we get to the elimination. We're down to the final 6. The next scene is the elimination scene. 6 guys are left, and we're supposed to be going down to 4 by the end of the episode. So 2 guys are supposed to be going home by the end of this episode. Now, I don't know what Bobby was wearing when he came out for the elimination, but I was not feeling that baggy-ass cream suit. It was almost like this color, but it was like a suit, and it was like a big hole right here, so his chest was showing, and it was just super baggy. It was not flattering. I don't know. I wasn't feeling the outfit. Island Boy comes up first. He gets his first chain, and just like I told y'all earlier, he's going to win this. Island Boy's going to win this. He's always getting his chain damn near first. He's got the most chemistry with Bobby. Bobby always gives him second chances when he does some fuck shit. I think Island Boy is going to take this one home, and he's got come from the prestigious family, which that's going to be enticing for Bobby. So, y'all notice how they have ReRun and Island Boy standing next to each other in elimination yet again? Y'all know how they stand outside the mansion? Island Boy and ReRun are always standing next to each other because messy-ass Zeus wants them to start fighting. I see y'all, Zeus. I know what y'all are doing. I called this out last week, too. Or the week before. I'm not sure. Bobby calls Crouton up next. Crouton is up next, and he sends him home right away. He tells Crouton to get on his knees, and he sends him home. And Crouton, when he gets ready to walk off, he starts doing fucking cartwheels down the driveway. And I'm like, see, this is the shit I'm talking about. Just when I start liking y'all do some dumb shit. Like, you doing cartwheels, boy. If you don't get off this damn dope you doing, crouton, because you... Even Bobby said, get the fuck off my property. Like, what the fuck? Cartwheels. It was just so... It was so random. It was so, look at me, look at me. It was so, let me get my 5 minute, my last little 60 seconds of fame. Like, I just didn't get it. I don't know. Maybe he was showing out. I don't know. So ReRun gets his chain. He comes up next, he gets his chain. No one saw that coming, right? Um, I actually saw it coming. I knew he was gonna get his chain. I don't know, I just knew it. I feel like it's kind of predictable in a way who's gonna advance in these. It's the masculine, straight acting, thuggish, trade looking men. That's the kind of guy that Bobby wants. Like that kind. And I feel like that's his type, right? Does anybody disagree with me on that? Have y'all not noticed that? Bobby says himself he doesn't really want a feminine man like him, and that's him. We can't blame him. You can't help what you're attracted to, right? We can't blame him on that. So Go Hard comes up next, and Bobby asks Go Hard, are you ready to go home? And Go Hard kind of hesitates about it, which doesn't set well with Bobby. You can tell he doesn't like that he hesitated about going home. And Bobby thinks about not giving him a chain, but ultimately ends up giving him a chain and giving him a second chance, even though he said he wants to send him home at first for hesitating. But look, I've watched, since this show has started airing, I follow a lot of the boys on Instagram, and I've been watching their Instagram live, and a lot of the boys say that they were ready to go home really early into this. I mean, we're on episode 8, so they're 8 days into filming. They were only there like a week or two, and a lot of them were ready to go home. They were over it. So I don't really even think that Go Hard was ready to go home so much because of Bobby. I think he was ready to go home because of all the drama and all the BS and all that shit. So yeah, he gives him his chain, and then it's down to Dingaling and Hercules, and one of them is going home, right? Dingaling steps up, and Bobby asks, why should Hercules go home? And Dingaling pretty much sets Hercules straight. And he says, he's got a girlfriend back home. He lies. He goes down this list of things as to why Hercules should go back home. And I thought that Dingaling actually stated a pretty good case. And I thought that he had it in the bag. But then Bobby takes the chain and puts it over Hercules' head. And I'm thinking, no, you're sending Dingaling home. Like, you're sending Dingaling home. No, I love Dingaling. I just didn't want him to go home. But then, in a twist of turns, Bobby tells a PA, a production assistant that's in the background, bring me another chain. And he gives Dingaling a chain too. So instead of 2 people going home, only 1 person goes home this week. Dingaling gets to stay. And at first, when Hercules got his chain first, I'm like, I told y'all, if you got a girlfriend, if you toxic, he loves you. He loves if you got feelings for somebody else. If you a dog, Hercules got that chain first because that's what Bobby's into, right? So yeah, Dingaling gets to get his chain. He gets to stay, and instead of there being a final 4, we're down to a final 5 with Go Hard, ReRun, Island Boy, Hercules, and Dingaling. Crouton goes home, and that's the end of the episode. The episode was tame this week. It was very tame, but you know what? We're down to less men. When you got less men in the house, of course, there's going to be less drama. So what do you guys think about the episode? How did y'all feel about the challenge this week? Let me know in the comments below. How did y'all feel about Rolling Ray sucking on ReRun's fingers? Oh my God. And how do you feel about Hercules having a girlfriend? Do y'all think you would have sent Hercules home if you'd have known he still had feelings for his ex-girlfriend or whatever? Let me know that. Also, how do you feel about Crouton going home? Was it the right decision? I feel like it was the right decision. I don't see Bobby and Crouton being together. Bobby would walk all over him, it seems like. I do feel like Island Boy's going to win this. I would like to hear from y'all who you think is going to win this. Please comment below. Leave me all your feedback. If you haven't checked out my Baddies South reviews, I do review that as well. If you want to go check that out, I will also be reviewing the new Blueface and Krishan reality series that's coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, my podcast is coming back for season 4 this month, and I'll be dropping all the details in upcoming videos, so stay tuned for that as well. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked this video yet, please do so. It supports my channel, and I would appreciate it so much if you guys would subscribe and join me on this journey. I love you so much, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. See ya.